The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has re-arraigned Benjamin Chukwuemeka Nwobodo before Justice F.O. Giwa-Ogunbanjo of the Federal High Court sitting at Independence Layout, Enugu, on a 20-count charge bordering on alleged forgery, possession of forged documents and obtaining by false pretense involving N15.7 million. Let's keep the news rolling, but before then, let's ask ourselves these questions. Why do people love committing crime? Why was Benjamin Chukwuemeka Nwobodo re-arraigned before Justice F.O. Giwa-Ogunbanjo of the Federal High Court sitting at Independence Layout, Enugu, on a 20-count charge bordering on alleged forgery, possession of forged documents and obtaining by false pretense involving N15.7 million? What's the next action to be taken by the EFCC? All these questions will be answered here. Kindly like and subscribe to this channel for more updates like this. The fresh arraignment has again drawn public attention in Enugu, not only because of the amount involved, but because the case touches directly on disputed land transactions, the matter that has left many families in the state financially distressed and emotionally shaken. Land disputes in the region have often resulted in years of litigation, broken family relationships and the loss of hard-earned savings. Nwobodo was first arraigned before the same court on January 27, 2025 on an earlier 5-count charge. At that proceeding, the charges were read to him and he pleaded not guilty. The court subsequently admitted him to bail on self-recognizance, setting the stage for the commencement of trial. During the trial, counsel to the EFCC, Chief Superintendent of the EFCC, Chikazi Raymond Idizi, called 6 witnesses and tendered several documentary exhibits, all of which were admitted in evidence by the court. When the matter came up again on April 23, 2026, the prosecution informed the court that it had filed an amended charge. The fresh 20-count charge was read to the defendant, who again pleaded not guilty to all allegations. Following the plea, the prosecution formally closed its case. Justice Giwa-Ogunbanjo thereafter adjourned proceedings to April 30, 2026 for the defendant to open his defense. The matter had earlier taken a dramatic turn on March 4, 2026 when the court issued a stern warning to Nwobodo over allegations that he had repeatedly interfered with prosecution witnesses. The court was told that some witnesses had allegedly been harassed and intimidated both within and outside the court premises. That development triggered visible concern among observers in court, with the judge warning that any further report of interference could lead to the immediate revocation of the defendant's bail. According to the first count, the prosecution alleged that on or about January 15, 2014, Nwobodo, with intent to defraud, forged a land purchase receipt in the sum of N9 million. The document was said to have been dated January 15, 2014 and purportedly issued by Onukochi O. Nwocha and Christiana C. Nwocha. The prosecution maintained that the alleged forged receipt was subsequently used as part of transactions connected to the disputed property. In Count 7, the EFCC further alleged that on or about April 25, 2014, the defendant knowingly presented another forged land purchase receipt in the sum of N5.5 million to U. Chinedu Emmanuel. The receipt was said to have been presented as a genuine document purportedly issued by Onukochukwu O. Nwocha and Christiana C. Nwocha. Investigators told the court that the alleged acts formed part of a broader pattern of fraudulent representations designed to create the appearance of lawful ownership and induce payment. The case has generated wider concern because of the painful human consequences often associated with disputed land transactions. In many such cases, victims are not only left counting financial losses but are also forced into prolonged legal battles, abandoned building projects and family hardship. Courtroom observers described the proceedings as one of the more troubling fraud-related land cases currently before the Enugu Division of the Federal High Court, especially given the allegation that forged documents may have been used to influence financial decisions involving substantial sums. In another notable development, the defendant announced appearance for himself as proceedings moved into the defense stage. With the prosecution now having closed its case after calling 6 witnesses and tendering documentary evidence, attention will now shift to the defense when the matter resumes. Nwobodo is expected to open his defense on Thursday, April 30, 2026, as the court continues hearing in a case that has stirred renewed concern over document forgery, property-related fraud, and the growing burden such disputes place on ordinary citizens in Enugu State. Thank you for listening to this news, and ensure to subscribe, like and share our news update.